This video is going to announce the Solo GM competition winners, who won and why. So the winner who won a copy of Edge of Fate Digital Edition was a user by the name of NickNick99. He clocked in a Solo GM score of 536,000 points in one whole run. It was an incredible run. He won it. He was also on PlayStation. It's a harsh truth to learn. PC players, where were you at with that? A damn console player beat yous. Right, just making fun, but it's a point, and the point is that it doesn't matter what platform you're on. It's your will and heart to win, your desire to win. The individual is much more important than the platform. The exception to the rule is if you're on PS4 and last gen Xbox, but if you're on next gen stuff, you can easily compete with PC players, and this competition has showed us that. So he won it. I'll break down his run as well. So the top 10 creative runs segment each got an emblem that is very rare to the game. I think it's 0.005% players have it, and these 10 players got the emblem. If I had more emblems, I would have given more away. I would have given every submission an emblem, but I didn't have enough to go around, so I had to choose. Okay, he's the 10 users that won. Rogie, a user by the name Rogie, he was the first run to submit to the competition, so he gets one. He broke the ice because nobody was submitting in the first couple of hours, so he gets an emblem for that. He motivated other players to do runs. Number 2, Miss Blitz. She was the first player to get close to 400,000 points and used an attrition orb glaive. Number 3, Senna. First Solo GM clear above 400,000 points. Number 4, Pietro. He was a winner, but he forfeited. He forfeited because he already had the emblem. So I had to come up with another. Me and him agreed to give an emblem to another submission, which I give that to a user by the name of Patty, and I believe he does not realise that he's won. He needs to check his Discord because I've submitted him the details, the code. The reason why he won is because he'd done a very skillful double ascension clone build with Microcosm. The run was very skillful on Hunter. Whilst it wasn't a high score, it was very skillful nonetheless. Okay, next, Aki. He submitted a Solo GM with a triple trace rifle build, which means all of his weapons were overload. Warden of Nothing has all champion types, so he had to use Mata Eudoxia on Warlock to stun barrier champs. The run was very skillful, because it's not easy to do triple trace rifle, and that's what he did. A user by the name of Time Lord won with a New Land Beyond G-Wisdom Vest Spectral Blades run. As we know in PvE, Spectral Blades is very poor for hit reg, and he done it with that super, so that's creative enough for me. Then we've got another user by the name of Pal Wizzy. He used Colony. He's a Colony fanatic. He done a Solo GM with Colony, so for that he gets an emblem automatic. Nacro, a user by the name of Nacro, used Sweep Business. He didn't have Overload on, and he was stunning overloads with sustained damage fire from Bolt Charge Arc Titan Barricade with Sweep Business. It was very impressive, and in actual fact that guy could have pushed for a higher score run. There was actually a lot of potential in his run to get more points because of primary kill spree. See, if people know about the strike medals, then they can get more points. More about that in a minute. Then a next user by the name of Witness Gaming used, which is a YouTuber, go and subscribe to him. He used Aegis Scepter with double stasis turret osmiomancy, basically freezing entire rooms. He even ran double special, so he really tested the build. Whilst Aegis Scepter doesn't do that much damage, he still proved enough in the run that it was very creative to overcharge your super into Aegis Scepter. And finally, second place gets an emblem. Now, if I had Edge of Fate twice, I would have given him a digital copy as well, but I only had one. He was beaten by 6,000 points by Nick, sorry. Harry Dubois, that's his name. And his run was midweek, and his run was by far better than everybody else's at that time. It was unfortunate that he didn't win. He's the start of the competition in my eyes. Although Nick won, he did. But Harry Dubois showed us the strats. with the Choir of One, getting all the medals, optimizing each encounter perfectly. This is perfect gameplay that well, it's as close to perfect as you're going to get. Obviously, Nick beat him by 6k points, but his run was 99% perfect, and he's a legend for that. So, yeah, he gets an emblem. So those are the emblem winners. Like I say, they get a rare emblem, but obviously Nick won. This is what Strike Squadron should have been in the game, and should be in the game, because right now, in GMs, we've got platinum score rating. And platinum score rating just means how many champions you've killed. What I'm saying, in GMs, at some point, there should be strike scoring properly in the game, where it's implemented so that you get bonus rewards because of strike scoring like we used to have back in the days. But this competition was basically that. Whoever got the highest score won, and there was strategy. So let me just run through it. It's in the game. It's in the game, lads. It's here. Vanguard medals, look. So all this stuff gives you extra points. So the best run was, I believe, Choir of One, Arc Titan, of course. So they were going around medals. So you had things like, getting kills while Void Surge is active, which Void Surge was active this week. So Void Burst. Then you had weapon kills, like defeat 3 combatants with precision damage. So all these medals needed to be counted for, how much points, and you needed to optimize it. In my opinion, this is actually even better than Guardian Games, what I held this week. Yeah, I think so it is, because Guardian Games is too easy. What I had on this week was a very difficult challenge for people. It was 45 minutes of perfect gameplay. And there's extra additional champions in War and Nothing to be killed. I'll break it all down. But yeah, players done their research. Some did. Some maybe weren't aware as others. But yeah, that's what this boiled down to. But anyways, I'll break down the winner's video on what he did. But anyways, that was the winners. Thanks for everybody who submitted. I believe a lot of people missed this competition. I don't know why he's missed it. He's missed the video. So one tip for some subscribers, make sure you keep an eye out for some uploads, please, because I think he's missed it. And I think some people could have competed in this run and weren't aware of it. I don't know why I put this out on all socials. Apart from Twitter, I don't do Twitter. I don't do it. But yeah, I did put it out there. So anyways, that was the winners. Okay, so let's analyse this solo GM at 536,000 points. What did he do and why was it successful? That's what I'm going to break down in this video. The original video for this will be linked down below. I hope that I've got it in 1080p because I've had some issues with this video trying to get it to 1080p, so it might be 720p. If it is, I apologise for that. I do apologise greatly. But let's evaluate it. So this starting section needs to be chain killed. To get more points in GMs for strike scoring, you've got to chain kill. So look at his timer, 4640, 4660. Gets a hypernova. He keeps the text on screen. The rule is, for the chain killing, if you can keep the points on your screen as you're killing, if that point does not disappear on your next ad kill, the chain killing will continue. If he gets a medal of, I don't know, 3 precision kills, heavy spree, stuff like that, then he gets more points. Now, he's done that starting section at 13,740 points. I've seen higher than that. I've seen 20k at that entrance. So he's actually lost 7k points so far. So the run's not perfect, but he gets better and better in the run. He chain kills the ads before the train kills. Then he chains kills onto the orange bar. He's using Choir of One. Choir of One is the best weapon for this. I don't foresee any weapon competing with Choir of One for this high score run. I just don't see it. There's nothing in the game that competes with Choir of One on a chain kill basis like this. Not even Trinity Girl. Trinity Girl's no good for GMs. It's good for Guardian Games, but Guardian Games is Guardian Games. This is a GM that we're doing here, right? Well, not what I'm doing, but what this user, Nick, is doing. So far he's not really optimising those goblins, but that's fine. He's then going to start to weaken the Hydra. I haven't watched everything in high great detail, like on medal basis. I have obviously watched his run, but not his medals. So he's got from the pocket there, proc. The Hydra. And he's going to get a stun with seismic strike. Or he's missed his melee there, looks. He's just going to T-crash automatically. Then he gets his stun with seismic strike. Let's see if he gets any funky medals for this. Has anything popped? Stunning salvo, so I believe that's stunning a champ, or 2 or 3 times or something. So he's got that. Okay, he's going to try and chain kill that section there, see that? So he got a medal for 3 adds. Special spree. Because obviously Quire 1 is a special weapon. No optimizations can be done with this barrier really. He's just using Ball Charge Titan, Chill Clip. Gets his finisher there. Demolition Derby. Not 100% what that medal is, but he gets an extra medal there. Now he's going to do some more optimizations with this GM. Most of you skip these ads. Well, he's not doing that. It's not beneficial to kill every single ad because you need to get to the boss as quickly as possible. So this guy's trying to, you know, manage the ads whilst trying to get a quick run to the boss, because this run's a 45-minute run, because the 2 times multiplier score. Oh, shock and move. Did he get a kill there because of the barrel? Was that because of the barrel? He got a shock medal there. That was weird. Maybe because you've got to damage the ad, then shoot the barrel, and then you get the points, I believe. I think that's what that was. Gets a finisher kill. He gets a smash and crash medal there for that champ. Now he's doing some chain killing with Quire 1. Special spree procs. Yeah, you just get special spree. Sometimes you'll get another mod because of Void Surge. Sometimes you'll get that as well. Hasn't optimized this. He could have optimized this with a super, then add clear, but he didn't quite have his T-crash. So that's fine. But you can see now the potential for scores actually probably 550,000. He got 536. Yeah, but even when you analyse his run, he could have actually got a little bit more. The run could have even been pushed further, but it's difficult this. Make no mistake about it, this is very difficult. Try yourself. Obviously you can't now, but if you did, yeah, it's very difficult to get this amount of score that he's getting. Okay, so he spawns in the ads. He spawns in the Hydra. The champs are sniping him. But he needs to chain kill this Hydra and these ads. Let's see what he does exactly. Hypernova in middle spawns in. He gets a good multi-kill skirmisher medal there. Then he gets the Hydra. Sets off the explosive left-hand side. 2 barriers are up. What's he going to do next? He's got a T-crash. Well, 1 KO's the champ. Can he chain kill? At least he needs to chain. Yep. He gets a chain kill, but then his chain kill has ended. He's going to focus the barrier on the pedestal, because the barrier on the pedestal is the most annoying thing in this GM, on this part at least. So getting rid of that champ is critical. Now he's whipping out the LMG. LMG is very good for strike scores because it's going to get rapid precision hits and it's good for chain killing. Now the choice of machine gun is important as well. Like if you use a jolt and feedback LMG, your points are less. Because jolt is not precision. Look, he gets heavy spree, void burst. Look at the chain kill, 8k, 10k. That's really good optimizations there. Yeah. So see how that little encounter there, even though there's not a lot going on with it, he's managed those ads. Not perfect, but 95% perfect to get extra medals. Right, now he's up against the VIP. The goal is not to melt this boss too quickly. There are additional enemies that spawn with this VIP, so look. Now I'm interested to see how far he takes it, because there's actually 3 or 4 waves. Now he might not take it the entire way because he is also timed and needs to get to the final boss, I think within 15 minutes or 16 minutes. Yeah, because then that's when the real points start to accumulate. So he needs to manage that. But he looks like he's melting quicker. So he's chose time over more points there, because ultimately we will get more points in the end. And he's chose to not wait for those extra ads by the looks of it. I will say that I myself have done some testing. If you get to 100k by this part, that is enough points for an optimized clear. He's 106. So he's doing just fine. He's probably just below the curve of max possible score, yeah. He's probably 10k behind what's probably possible. like humanly possible. So he's doing really good. There we go. Gets some quick quite of 1 kills here. He gets the triple kill. There we go. Special spree, precision spree. Sometimes we get the void spree as well, the void burst. That didn't proc, but it procs every now and then. Okay, this is the 2 unstoppable phase. He's going to get a stun with seismic strike. Then he gets his stun with his, and then he uses a super, smash and grab, then kills his unstop. Any time he skips any ads at all, like mandatory ads, that's loss of points. So that's why this run, as I say, is more it's really crucial to be zoned in on your crits and your chain killing. It's a very hard way to play the game. Like, to be honest with you, this is harder than just soloing the GM in a casual sense. You know, like you see the runs from me and other players where we just solo the GM in 10-15 minutes, it's easy. Well, what this fella done here is much more difficult than that, because it requires much more patience and the run is far longer than what it normally is. Now look what he's doing. He's doing an advanced technique here. Oh, he didn't get the shield. There's a medal for free shield, elemental shield takedowns. He didn't do that. That's surprising. Thought he would have, because he only got 2 elemental shields, not 1 on that void backpack. Okay, let's see how he optimizes this. He shoots the barrel. Some snipers. Hypernova in middle. That's ruining his run a little bit, because he can't see the Hypernova, so he's lost points because of that. That's unfortunate for him, but he can now strategize and dial in what he's going to do with this, because if you chain kill champs, you're going to get more points. So let's just see how he does it. Gets a stun with seismic strike. He's going to weaken his unstop. He needs to multi-kill some of these champs. Let's see exactly what he does. Okay, he's going to finish a kill this unstop. And then he's going to bait the overload. He's going to opt for that. Gets a stun. Smash and crash. Emblem. So he's banking more on that sort of style of getting the medals. But he has his T-crash, so let's see when he uses it. We're coming up to mine section. This is where all the optimizations come in, people. This is where it really does come in to who is good and who is not. There we go, look. Now he gets a nice T-crash, double. He needs to chain kill both. Can he get the finisher in time? I think he's just shy off that chain kill there, but that's really nice. Okay, this is where the optimizations come in. If somebody wants to get really high score, they've got to play their heart out on the mine section because they're timed. Okay, he gets the triple kill left hand side. That gives it, and look at that. That's one of the best optimizations I've seen so far in that room. See that? 10k points just for those 5 goblins. That's really good optimizations there. We'd quite have won just to get that extra points. That's huge. And that was just a few seconds of gameplay of optimizations of kill the 3 goblins to the left, spawn kill the goblins from the room, from the door, and get more points. Look at this. He gets a good chain kill going here with the special sprees. 10k. Look, see, gets a nice chain kill. Loses his chain kill now, but he's done a good little optimization again. So his run gradually gets better as time goes on. Whereas as the start of the run, he was getting a few medals. His score was, his score was pretty good. But then he starts to get really, really good because of all these extra optimizations he starts to do. Okay, there's lots of ads on mines, and there's more optimizations. There's an overload in mid that needs to be killed for the score run. And you can kill extra overloads as well. Let's see if he exactly does that. He caps point B. He's got 30 seconds. Gets a barricade down. Overload does not push. He gets bad luck. He needs to push up with this overload. Stun with the LMG. Remember, he's timed. He has 20 seconds. Most of you can't even do this solo. Look what he's managing here. Then he gets the VIP. He needs to kill the VIP for extra points. Gets a barricade down. Mine pops to his left. He gets blinded and slowed. But he's doing some good chain killing, getting nice medals, look. He gets a shield breaker medal. Extra overload spawns in. T crashes. He then kills the extra goblins, gets another medal. Time, left hand side, 5 seconds. So look at what he just did there. He has really optimised the mine section to its probably best you can do. And that's why his score went from maybe A tier to S tier. Because his run was actually slightly behind before he got to mines. When he gets to mines, he ups his gameplay and he just all of a sudden his score gets really high. Okay, VIP spawns in. There's extra Cabal, there's 2 extra waves. So he knows that and he needs to optimise killing the ads and chain killing them before DPSing the boss. So that's what he needs to do. I think all ads are down. So now he needs to do damage. He needs to also think about his ammo. His ammo is actually really good, to be fair. That's what's so good about Quieter 1, you see. That's why it's one of the best special weapons in the game. It's probably the best special weapon in the game, I would say. There is Lord of Wolves, but Lord of Wolves doesn't do what Quieter 1 does, if you know what I'm saying. So Quieter 1 is more of an all-rounder weapon in the game. Like day 1 content, you put Quieter 1 on. New dungeon comes out this year, you put Quieter 1 on. Because it's an all-round weapon. It does add clear DPS and utility, and it's a scout rifle. It's an auto rifle, but it's a scout rifle. It's like a D1 scout. And that's why it's so strong and powerful in the game. So people who are watching this, you should be using Quieter 1 as much as you can, really. Especially in day 1 content. Okay, his score is 238. 240k points, which is... It's above average because I've hit this, after my testing this week, I've hit about 220k with non-Quieter 1 runs. So I was doing like Lord of Wolves and Prismatic Titan just to check it. And I was getting 220k and he's at 240. So he's well above average. He's 20k above where you probably should be because of his optimizations and mine section. Right, let's see how he does this. Because we've got plenty of champs here. He's got his super. Let's see if he actually supers the champs. So he's going to stun his overload first. Then he's going to get a flashbang down. That stuns his overload. Then he does... Oh, look at that. Look at that little bit of chain kill there between the overload and unstop. So he was successful on his chain killing on the champs there. Now... Barrier champ, I guess he's just going to isolate the barrier, the Cabal barrier, of course, not the Vex one. Always take the Cabal first. He gets Smash and Crash, so he's relying on Smash and Crash quite a lot in this run. Then he relies on... Then he's got the... what do you call it? The barrier now. So, because our one of nothing works, there's lots of ad spawns that can be skipped. We don't want to skip them. This is a scar run, so watch how he does this. He's going to DPS the boss. He looks like he's gone all in though. Looks like so look, he get Cabal prisoners. So he's took it to the first phase. There are no Vex yet. So he's playing it exactly how this GM should be played. Do DPS to the boss slightly. Then wait for ad spawn. Then start doing ad clear, look. He gets pushed heavily by a Meteor Bane and weak. Look, see, this is why this is difficult. Yeah, it's not that easy. Look at what he's having to go through here. So he's taken the room snail pace, because you have to, yeah, to spawn in each and every single ad wave as it comes so that you can prioritise chain killing them ads. Look, now he gets Vex. So he's doing it, as I say, boss TP's to left. He needs to play the 2 pillars. He's on Bolt Charge Titan, of course. But he needs to play the two pillars. Does he get some nice chain killing going on here though, look. That's really good, that's hard because the ads can be sometimes awkward. Okay, now he does more damage to the boss. To spawn in the next wave, let's see what exact way. Look, now he gets Vex and Cabal. So it goes Vex, Cabal, then Vex and Cabal together. So this is like the 3rd phase. Boss is half HP, but we're only 17 minutes in. The run's 45 minutes, so he has to juggle the boss and the ads with the Solar Flame attack for another 30 minutes, people. The longer a run, the more increased chance of risk and the more concentration needed. So when he gets to like 38 minutes, 39 minutes, his stamina starts to deplete. Gets a little bit harder. He might lose a medal where otherwise he would have got a medal, and all these sort of things come into play. He's got a T-crash to use. Let's see if he maybe uses that on anything, but there are VIP targets to kill. There's a Cabal VIP and a Minotaur VIP. He's using LMG. LMG needs to be relied on now because if the ads are awkward, LMG's good. Look at these medals he's getting. He got 5 medals. 17k. That's exactly why he won, because of that. Those little bit of optimizations. He got 19k nearly there. Just by killing 8 ads. Wasn't a lot. But the run's basically done now. When he gets Valorune, he T-crashes Valorune. The Cabal, because the Cabal mage is awkward. Because he needs to make sure he kills that VIP lest he loses the points. So this is critical phase. VIP Minotaur, he just whips out LMG. I would have done the same thing. He might be able to chain kill. He chain kills. Ads are in a favourable spot. He gets a bunch of medals, 8k points. 9k. 10k. And that's the run done. Now he needs to juggle the boss and the ads. I'm going to speed up the footage because from now on the run is just going to be him juggling the ads and the boss, because here's the thing. This is why this is okay. I'm going to explain it to you. Warden and Nothing, ever since release by Vicarious Visions, because that's who made this GM. They made this strike. Bungie obviously published it, but this was outsourced to Vicarious Visions. They made it so that there was unlimited ads at the end. This has always been the case. I used to farm high score Warden and Nothing runs back in the day, a long time ago. Me and a couple of teammates, UK based, long time ago, we were doing this. And I knew that this was a mechanic before I made this competition. And I was really curious to see who would figure it out, because I didn't tell nobody. And there was one or two that eventually figured it out, but a lot of yous missed this detail. Most people forgot about it. But this is not a cheese, because he's having to juggle the ads for 30 minutes plus whilst getting medals. This is very difficult. This is not easy. Got to strategize those barricades, you've got to strategize position and everything. So this run is going to be basically like this until the end, 45 minutes, because 2 times multiplier score, it ends at 45 minutes. It doesn't end at 20 minutes, it doesn't end at 25, it's 45 minutes. Again, that was another mechanic I didn't tell anybody. It's public knowledge, you just forgot. But he who studies wins. It's as simple as that. So the players that studied this tournament are the players that won. The fastest clear did not win. It was the most studied player that won. The most knowledgeable and strategizing medals. That is who won. That's why I done this tournament. That's what Strike Squadron should be. This is what GMs should be in my eyes. I'm not interested in 10-minute GMs. I can do solo GMs in 10 minutes. You've seen me do that. But when you think about it, why are we skipping ads in the game? I know that the speedrunners, right? And there's no shade against speedrunners. Speedrunners will always exist in the game no matter what you give them. Even if, right, that the game required you to kill every ad, speedrunners would still speedrun. Because that's their nature, that's what they do. But what I'm saying is, Bungie are putting ads in the game. They're designing encounters, they're designing boss encounters, so that you engage with every single encounter. We're in a day and age now that it's not just speedrunners that are skipping ads, it's casual players now. Even players that are not speedrunners like me, I'm skipping ads. And I think it's wrong. I think it's against what a GM is. Engage with every piece of content. Out of bounds to me is no good neither. I hate out of bounds. Again, it's no shade against speedrunners. They just do, that's their nature, that's what they do. The speedrunners in Mario Kart, the speedrunners in all games, there always has been. Since the time of dawn with gaming, there's always been speedrunners. But like I said, right now in Destiny 2, the incentive is just to skip the ads. You end up spending 10 minutes longer, and there's no benefit to killing the ads. Like I say, there should be. And I don't know what Edge of Fate's going to do for score. They have not mentioned, but you know, they've got 6 weeks. I doubt they'll incorporate a system before then, but if they haven't got a system, they should have for it. Because if Bungie devs are watching, people are skipping your ads. It's a problem in the game. You need to address it. This has been going on now for 2-3 years. Ever since Shadowkeep, maybe longer. It's become a massive problem now where people are just skipping sections, entire sections of GMs. And then people say, oh, well, GMs are easy now. Yeah, they might be, but most of you are criminals for skipping ads, and me included. So, why is it on one hand you're saying it's easy and on another hand you're skipping the entire sections? Oh, you're making it even more easy then. And, like I say, I'm to blame as well, because I'm showing people this. I'm showing people how to skip sections and upon sections. But what you need to understand is the YouTube meta is to get fast clears. People are impatient in 2025. They just want quick clears. If your solo GM is 38 minutes run, and it could have been 28 minutes run, a YouTuber viewer will watch the 28-minute run over the 38-minute run. And that's where we are. Although they won't know what the guys used because they haven't even clicked on the video. So that's the YouTube meta. So we're pigeonholed into it as well a little bit. So even speedrunners who aren't speedrunning are kind of speedrunning in their own way by making sure their run is optimized enough for YouTube. Becomes a problem. I think in the end, in-game leaderboards would solve all these issues that I mentioned to you. In-game leaderboards. Marathon has dedicated servers. Destiny 2 should have them as well. And eventually Destiny 2 probably will get dedicated servers. I don't know when, but they will. When that happens, that's when in-game leaderboards will probably be possible. Anyways, that was a video on this competition. I'll just let the footage play out. Hope you enjoy. Thank you.
Thanks for your help out here, Chosen One. So, hey, in confession time. Spider asked me to get a crew together to take the prison back from the Barons. And you did great. So, I'll clean up behind you. And Spider will sell this place back to the Awoken.
We want a cut.
I like your style. But you all already got a cut. It's right there in front of you.